Breaking news first up coming in from Tamil Nadu, where a major attack has been foiled by the Tamil Nadu police. India Today has access to the Tamil Nadu police report, and based on a special report submitted by Sub-Inspector Uday Kumar, the Tamil Nadu Special Investigation Wing has arrested 3 people who were planning to carry out suicide attacks in places of religious worship to create fear in the minds of people. This is in Coimbatore of Tamil Nadu. The FIR states that the accused also had intentions to eliminate people who are against jihadi ideology. Taking this across to Lokpriya for more details. Lokpriya, what are you picking up from the police at this point? 3 people who've been arrested. This also comes to the heels of the raids that we saw by the NIA and the police.
Well, yes, this was very close to the raids conducted by the NIA in Coimbatore. A day after that, the Tamil Nadu Special Police had conducted raids and have also arrested 3 people. And based on the investigation and seizures of mobile phones and tablets, they have found out that these 3 people who are residents of Coimbatore were sympathizers of the ISIS, and they have been translating ISIS materials into Tamil to be translated into Tamil to be circulated among the youth there. And they've also found out that these 3 accused were planning to carry out suicide attacks in places of religious worship, and the police have arrested them, and they have been put behind bars. And during their investigation, it was also revealed that these 3 people were following the mastermind of the Sri Lankan attacks, and they were on their social media praising the mastermind for the Sri Lankan attacks. So based on all these investigation, a special report was submitted and the police have arrested them.
All right, Lokpriya, thanks for joining us with that update. We've got more breaking news coming in. And in a big development in Bengal, the Mamata government has now finally agreed to go ahead with a live telecast of that meeting with the protesting doctors. The meeting is expected to begin any time now once the representatives for the protesting doctors actually reaches there at the venue. But the meeting will now be live telecast, which essentially means that all of us will know exactly what are the demands of the doctors that are being met and what are the efforts that are taken by the government to really address all the concerns of these junior doctors who have been protesting for the last 7 days. That meeting was scheduled to begin at 3 p.m. A slight delay there, but it is going to begin any moment now once the representatives reach the meeting venue. Manogya Loiwal is joining us with more details on this. Manogya, a climb down of sorts by the government. Mamata Banerjee says that she is now willing to allow a live telecast of the meeting as it happens.
Well, yes, you could also see it as Mamata Banerjee government going on a higher pedestal by agreeing to almost all the demands of the doctors. What they have been demanding, be it live broadcast of the meeting, be it live broadcast of the entire conversation. And with that also that she's been addressing to almost every demand that they've been making in past 1 week. The fact that security has been provided and all other steps are now in place. Meeting is expected to begin within an hour or so once the doctors leave NRS Hospital in a bus, where they would be reaching Secretariat, and that's where the meeting will be broadcast and being live on all channels. And with that also, the fact that there will be discussions where you could expect some fireworks also with the 28 representatives of 14 medical colleges in a bus reaching the Secretariat.
Manogya, also, considering that earlier in the day, the junior doctors had said that there is not going to be any sort of meeting with Mamata, what's changed? Was there immediately a communication that went across from the CMO to them?
No, they had agreed that they would be meeting, the location time to be decided by the Chief Minister, but they had said they would attend the meeting or hold the meeting and be a part of the meeting only and only if it was allowed, if media was allowed in it. If media presence is there, which usually doesn't happen in Nabanno. Nabanno is a very closed-door meeting area. Usually any kind of meetings, administrative meetings, etc., whatever takes place is never allowed media public or coverage like this. But this is perhaps one of those times when both the sides have moved a step forward, in fact, to help the people of the state.
Manogya, do stay with us because let's also take a look at exactly how this has snowballed into the massive controversy that it is today. 1 week after that non-stop protest following the attack on their colleague on June 10th, the West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee will be meeting the doctors at the NRS hospital. In a letter, Mamata claimed that she will meet 2 representatives from each medical college shortly. Now, this comes after the protesting doctors said that they were not invited for any meeting with Mamata. The doctors had agreed to meet her last night. Remember, the junior doctors have been protesting and demanding security after a colleague at Kolkata's NRS hospital was attacked by the family members of a deceased patient.
The health services across the state of West Bengal have been facing a massive problem because most of the doctors, the junior doctors, have been on strike. There are 14 medical colleges across the state of West Bengal and none have been operational. Some of them have been operating with OPDs, emergencies. However, the normal facilities haven't been there. The fact that today is a token strike where the entire country has come together, the entire doctor and medical fraternity on the same page and same platform. But with this, here I am at the NRS hospital, which was the epicenter of the entire crisis, where 2 doctors were beaten up brutally on 10th of June by more than 100 people, but only 5 people have been arrested. There have been allegations of us against the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and West Bengal government for not handling the crisis in the best possible way. The government of West Bengal, on the contrary, has said that they have accepted all demands, including the security of the doctors, which will be provided in the hospital. For now, the entire services have been badly affected. Most of the patients from various parts of the state are waiting in various cities, in various towns, in various hospitals to get their treatment done. The doctors have said that today is a token strike. However, for West Bengal, it has been for more than a week that the patients and the people have been suffering. With camera person Shyam Sundar Ghosh, this is Manogya Loiwal in Kolkata for India Today.
I'm taking this across once again to my colleague Manogya, who's been getting us every single update on the story. Manogya, essentially the doctors have put forth several demands, 12 of them to be specific. What are your sources telling you? Is the government going to be relenting and agreeing to all of these demands put forth?
Most of the demands have been added to already. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee in the last meeting had clearly stated that the security of every hospital would be taken care of by an ASCP level officer, which hasn't happened in the past. There have been issues with the safety of the doctors, and that's the reason why the concern was so serious and why the doctors had to take it so seriously. But amidst all this, whatever the crisis we've seen in past so many days has been, of course, the ripple effect of the entire I would say, piling up of the issues that have been there. The fact that even the forces weren't moved after the Election Commission of India had completed its job. But with the government now in place, they should have ensured that the entire security apparatus was in place, which wasn't done. And that was the bone of contention, that such incidents have happened in the past also. But this was something that had flared up and has snowballed into a bigger issue, a national cause, where the central and the state government both are being requested to take adequate action for security and safety of the doctors.
Right, Manogya, just stay with us. Let's also list out exactly what are the demands. And these are fresh demands that the doctors are set to raise in that meeting with Mamata Banerjee. The first demand that they're putting forth is hospital security as per AIIMS Delhi, as per the guidelines that have been laid out and the security that's followed at AIIMS. The second demand is patient identification with the help of Aadhaar cards or any other approved biometric. The third demand that these protesters are putting forth is that patients have to sign a contract that will clearly state that if any property is vandalized or destroyed by the patient's skin, then the patients will have to go ahead and bear the compensation for the same. The fourth demand, if a doctor is verbally abused or physically assaulted, video footage or CCTV footage will immediately be handed over to a central organization that's headed by a former Supreme Court judge as well as lawyers. The fifth demand being put forth by these doctors, fast-track courts be specifically designated for assault on doctors. The sixth demand, arrest of those who circulate hate messages against doctors on social media. The seventh demand that they will be putting forth, women rights violations against women doctors in specific should be made a grave offence as well. And another demand that they're putting forth, any reporter from now on needs to verify his or her medical related story before going ahead and publishing the same. The ninth demand that these doctors will be putting forth, health budget should be a minimum of 5% of the total budget. The 10th demand is that all patients' counselling should be done under audio-visual surveillance. And the 11th demand is that the death declaration needs to be announced by the RMO on duty in the presence of armed guards to ensure that there is no assault. And the last demand that they're also putting forth is that the total cost of medical education per student for 4.5 years should be made public. For 110 beds, 1 ICU bed with ventilation must be there. So you can see that the demands range from several rights for themselves to also facilities and provisions made for doctors and hospitals to ensure their protection against any kind of threat, verbal or physical. Now, the standoff between the junior doctors and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee across the state of West Bengal has left thousands of patients waiting to be cured, waiting for their treatment. Now, in fact, the number of patients in waiting queues have only multiplied, considering that these protests have snowballed. Many patients who have been referred from district hospitals are still waiting for a doctor to respond to their emergency. The poor who avail these services at government hospitals are the worst hit by far with this deadlock. The impasse has already made, in fact, patients suffer like never before and bringing the entire health services to a standstill. And now, even after the Chief Minister has relented partially, the doctors are yet to budge. They're making it very clear that the protest will end only after they know the outcome of that meeting with Mamata.
पेशेंट का ब्रेन हैमरेज हो गया है, ब्रेन स्ट्रोक हुआ है, तो अभी तक ठीक नहीं हुआ है। 20 दिन हो गया है, तब ये लोग बोल रहे हैं कि इधर से छुड़ा के लेके चली जाइए। कल छुट्टी लिख भी दिया है, तो इस सिचुएशन में क्या करें समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, क्या करूं?
ट्रीटमेंट ठीक से नहीं मिला, इसलिए हम लोग का पेशेंट हमारा काकी है वो मारा गया। ठीक से यदि ठीक से ट्रीटमेंट मिलता था लगता है तो नहीं मरता। हम लोग चाहता है जो हम लोग का सरकार जो यहाँ पर है, हम लोग गरीब लोग का क्या कोई हम लोग का तो ज़्यादा पैसा नहीं है जो बढ़िया नर्सिंग होम में हम लोग देखेंगे। बात है सरकार को इतना ही देखना पड़ेगा चाहिए जो गरीब लोग का जो कोई नुकसान ना हो।
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.